Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. I want to talk about Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden is the son of President Joe Biden. I think Joe is the president. I don't know. Everybody keeps giving me a different answer on different days of the week. And one of the things that's going on in the Biden family that some of us may be able to relate to, I don't know, is that Joe Biden's son Hunter is in serious trouble. According to the Wall Street Journal, Hunter Biden is now the subject of a major investigation into business deals he did with foreign tycoons. According to the Wall Street Journal, they're claiming that Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's son, his business dealings are at the center of a federal tax investigation and loom over the start of his presidency. So it says Hunter Biden ramped up business activities with European and Chinese tycoons as his father exited the vice presidency 4 years ago. For him, it was a potential path to income. For the tycoons, the Biden family name promised to burnish their reputations. The dealings got the younger Mr. Biden in a discounted stake in a private equity firm in China and consulting arrangements with a Romanian property magnate, and overall allowed him to maintain a globe-trotting lifestyle, according to interviews, documents, and communications reviewed by the Wall Street Journal. A Chinese energy tycoon gave Mr. Biden a 2.8 carat diamond, and entities linked to him wired him nearly $5 million to his law firm, according to an investigation by Senate Republicans. These arrangements now loom over President elect Joe Biden. A federal criminal tax investigation into Hunter Biden's business dealings is underway, with findings potentially trickling out in the coming months. His business ties to well connected people in China and other places could add to scrutiny of foreign policy decisions taken by the Biden administration over possible conflicts of interest. All are likely to provide ammunition to Republicans. So here's the deal. I'm gonna give you a quick Dr. Boyce breakdown on this. First of all, this is something that most of us knew. Give me a yes or no if you knew that Hunter Biden was involved in some shady stuff. I mean, this guy, he seems like a problem for the family's Achilles heel. He's even there are even people that talk about him having a crack addiction and all this other stuff. And the reason I thought this was an interesting topic to discuss is because a lot of us got that cousin Pookie in our family. You know, that relative who embarrasses us. Anybody else got cousin Pookie in your family? The one who you don't even tell nobody about cousin Pookie because he's gonna try to mess everything up. And so Hunter Biden is the white version of the cousin Pookie. It's just he doesn't look like cousin Pookie because he's wearing a fancy suit and he looks like he's doing well. He went to Yale Law School and all this other stuff. So cousin Pookie and the Biden family is being accused of doing something that could get him in a lot of trouble, and it's going to be a big mess. It's going to be a big conversation for the next several years. Now, here's the deal. I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican. I'm not really talking about this in a partisan way. I don't care. First thing I'll say is that I want to ask you a yes or no question. In fact, give me a yes or no if you think that the Trump family has done the same thing. Like, give me a yes or no if you think that all of Trump's kids, each of whom makes probably, I think, between 30 and $70 million a year. Does anybody think that Donald Trump's kids were also using their power and influence to make money at some point? I mean, come on now, come on, give me a yes or no. Give me a yes or no. If you say no, then I'm going to have a conversation with you because you're probably pretty naive about politics and how America works. America is driven by money. Politics is driven by money. Money is everywhere. That's why we talk about powernomics, because Black people don't have any money, and you think that righteousness and dignity and being doing the right thing and screaming Black Lives Matter on the sidewalk is going to get you some real power in America. That ain't going to get you power. It's economics. The economics drives everything. So none of this surprises me. What surprises me is the sloppiness of it all. That's the thing. It's almost like when you find out that a pastor got some girl pregnant in the church. Well, it's not so much that he was messing around on his wife, because a lot of people do that, and I'm not saying that's right, but that's the world we live in. It's the sloppiness. Like, bro, did you have to mess with the girl that was in the church? Did you have to go and get her pregnant? Now it's all over the place. Now they're talking about you on the Real Housewives of Potomac. No names mentioned. I don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about any particular person per se, but maybe I am. But I'm not dissing. It's just the fact, right? It's not so much what you did; it's the sloppiness of it. So I think that the sloppiness of Hunter Biden's activities is the only thing that surprises me. It's not what he did. It's not what he did. The money in politics, money drives all of that. Now, because Barack Obama knows how to cover up his shit, Barack is probably him and his family probably make $50 to $100 million a year. because of their connections, and I don't think they did anything illegally. They did what a lot of ex-presidents do. They get out of office and they have all these connections and they go make a ton of money. The Clintons did the same thing. The Bushes did the same thing. And so I think that Hunter Biden is just he's only an anomaly because he's so ridiculously sloppy and unprofessional. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. And also, don't forget that we talk about economics here all the time, and it's really important. And I also think it's important for your kids to learn economics. So we actually have these really awesome financial workbooks for kids and financial flashcards. So feel free to go to financialflashcards.com if you want to see our workbooks, or financialworkbooks.com. That's a good gift for Christmas, something to give your kids so they don't grow up and do stupid things like Hunter Biden. So financialworkbooks.com is where you can see the flashcards and the workbooks. So here's another point I want to throw in here. I don't think a lot of countries were surprised that Hunter Biden was willing to play ball with them, because in a lot of countries, this stuff is not illegal. In most countries, you're going to have to grease somebody's palms in order to get things done. You got to put some paper in somebody's pocket to make things happen. I think the difference in the United States is that black people tend to go to prison when we get caught. Kwame Kilpatrick, pretty much allegedly, in my view, did something that isn't that much different from what Hunter Biden's being accused of doing. The difference is that they wanted Kwame to rot in prison for doing the same thing that a lot of these white kids do, these white guys do. I mean, and that's America. That's the country we live in, and that's also why I highly recommend that you be really careful about letting your kids go into politics, because politics is a dirty game. Down in Chicago, where I live, the corruption is pretty rampant. And the corruption is so bad that the people that go to prison for corruption, in many cases, are the people who are actually trying to stop the corruption. It's not the most corrupt people that go to prison. It's the least corrupt people, because you messing up somebody else's cash flow. You messing up somebody else's money. So they're going to make it look like you're the bad guy. Well, really, you were the one who was trying to stop the bad guy. That's how bad the corruption is. That's why if I had a child that wanted to go into politics, I'd say, no, don't do it. I think Jesse Jackson's son also went to prison, on some stuff. And remember, he was sitting right next to Barack Obama on his way up, and then somehow he ends up in jail. And I just thought that was really sad. So another thought here is this. Many of us have a Hunter Biden in our family. He's the white version of Cousin Pookie. And I would tell you, when you do business and things like that, be very careful about letting the Cousin Pookie into the family business. Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's son, that family has gone through a lot of tragedy. Joe Biden has, I'm not a big fan of Joe Biden because of the crime bill. I'll never vote for him because of the crime bill. You can't incarcerate 100,000 black men and ever get my vote. But I'm gonna speak objectively about Biden's life, and I will say his family's endured so much tragedy. You got to go look at the history. I think his wife died 25, 30 years ago with one of his children in a car crash, and then his other son died. His good son died of brain cancer, and now he's got to deal with this crazy crackhead of a son that's kind of getting the family in trouble. Well, the thing about Cousin Pookie is that you can't let Cousin Pookie get too close to the family business. Cousin Pookie will come up in there and have everybody going to jail. Seriously. So Hunter Biden is the white version of Cousin Pookie. And so when you start your business, and when you get out here and start making money, Tracy Neal and Cami Lewis and Peace River and Gavin Richard, be careful by letting Cousin Pookie into the family business, because Gavin, if I'm not mistaken, I think Gavin is an attorney. Gavin Richard will tell you that if you mess around and bring the wrong people into your space, they can cause you a lot of problems. So when you see those problems, you gotta socially distance. You gotta socially distance from people that'll come and mess you up, because they will drop a virus into your whole situation. So that's my 2 cents. That's why I'm talking about Hunter Biden. I don't really care how the investigation ends up, to be honest with you, because I told you I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm black. I'm black every single day of the week and twice on Sundays. I don't believe that being a Democrat or Republican is going to be the solution for black people, because it hasn't worked for the last 80 years. So stop that nonsense with the whole Democrat versus Republican stuff. You look as crazy as they do. So I'm out of here, guys. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, and also feel free to join us in the Black Wealth Bootcamp. We are big on economic independence. We start January 7th. Classes begin at that point. It's a 6-week program. You're going to love it. So feel free to go to blackwealthbootcamp.com. Alicia's calling me. It's time for us to go running. I love you guys. Have a good day. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.